It's resin time.
Hit it!
That's what I'm talking about.
Wait!
Okay, now, from the beginning.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Wolfridge Woodworking. So happy to see you today. I thought we'd do a fun little project with some pine cones that I gathered from a trip recently to Colorado. So when I'm not woodworking, I'm usually out exploring. I have an off-road truck and I go exploring in the mountains, and I love that it takes me places that most people can't go. And it found me some of these pine cones that were laying on the side of the dirt road. So I've got these pine cones in here. I've got them shoved in here, random orders. Hopefully they're not too packed that I can't get the resin down in there. And then I'm going to use some of this Pearl X apple green for coloring, and then I wanted to put a different lid on it. So I'm going to make a box, a lidded box, and I'm going to use, I believe this is Babinga, and I think it'll be a nice contrast to the green apple. So I'm going to mix up some resin, and we're going to get this, into the pressure pot and leave it overnight, and we'll be back in the morning to show you what it looks like. But first, don't get ahead of yourself, Ed. You got to mix some resin. Right, so I've got it turned around. You saw me create the tenon that I needed to put into my jaws. And I still got the tailstock up just to make sure that it's not going to come loose. I don't think it will, but there are a couple of little holes in here that I'll wind up needing to fill. But yeah, I'm going to take care of that. I'm going to give it a sanding, just an initial sanding, and kind of see where we're at. I'm going to address the top here first. I did cut it off at the bandsaw, but it's still a little rough, so I'm going to work on the shape, but the shape of the top, that is. The rest of it is, I'm happy with it. So I'm going to get to turning this. Eventually we're going to hollow it out with a Forstner bit first, and then go in behind it with the carbides to hollow the rest of it out. So now what I want to do is I want to sand this I'm going to start with 80. Probably doesn't need it, but I'm going to start with 80, and I'm probably going to go up to maybe 240, and then I'm going to address the little potholes in here. And I think it's just air bubbles that got trapped, and I cut through them. So I think that's all it is. But anyway, we'll see how it looks. I'm not going to use colored. I think if it's clear, I think it'll be okay, but we'll see. So just going to sand it up to 240, and I'll be back. Take a little bit of compressed air and clean out the holes. I'm going to use a little bit of this medium. I don't have any thick, so this is going to have to do. So I'm going to use some of the medium and then just some activator. So I held off putting on the friction polish just because I want to wait until I've got everything kind of almost done, and then I'll apply that final coat. It looks good. I'm just curious, maybe somebody can drop a comment down below. I've noticed this on this one, and also the sweet gum bowl that I did is inside here it gets a little cloudy. I'm not sure if it can make it out on the camera. Let's see, maybe I can get this focused. But anyway, just curious if anybody else has it. It's not on all of them, it's only on a few of them. I do notice there are some air pockets in here. I think it's because I poured so many pours and didn't get in the pressure pot soon enough. But, you know, that's okay. But so now what we're going to do is we're going to hollow it out, and then we'll get the lid mounted up and turned. All right, so we've got the base done, I guess you could call. I didn't do too well of a job on the inside. I'll explain that afterwards. But now what I want to do is I want to get this ready to be a lid for this. It's not going to be an extraordinary lid, but it's going to be a lid that I think will look nice. And I'm going to try to make a finial for it, and a different finial than I've made before. So that's going to be interesting. So I'm really excited. I hope you stick around to see the rest of it. I got it sanded up to 600 or 400. 400. I got it up to 400, and now I'm just going to apply a little bit of sanding sealer, the axe paste or abrasive paste to polish, and then I am going to hit this up a little bit of the Myelin's high friction polish. I'm going to drill a hole after all of that's done so that I don't get any of that gunk and get a good connection with the glue. So that's what I'm going to do next, and then after that it's on to a finial. So now what I've got is another scrap piece of Babinga, and I'm going to attempt to make a 2 to 3 inch finial. This will be my first time making one like this, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. That was a workout. I think this is probably one of the more time-consuming and challenging projects I've done to date, and it's awesome. I feel like I just worked out and I'm training for something. But anyway, it's here it is. Let's talk about it. I like the finial. I like the pie. You know, I still, if you can comment down in the bottom, if you know, and I'll take some snapshots and put it at the end, and if you can look in and see what that cloudiness is around the pine cones. Like I said earlier, it did it in the sweet gum ball bowl, say that 10 times fast. It did the same thing, but it's not all over the place. Like these turned out really, really nicely. So anyway, drop a comment down below and let me know what you think that could be and what I might be doing wrong and can improve. I really would appreciate that. But, so it was the first time I'd made a finial like this. I used a bowl gouge. I don't have a decent spindle gouge, so it was a little bit, I think it would have been better with a spindle gouge, but it worked out, you know. So anyway, this is going to be the end of today's project. I really hope you did enjoy it, and I hope you picked up some tips along the way. Let me know what you think. You know, give me that thumbs up if you like this, or the thumbs down. That's okay too. And you know, if you are new to the channel, I encourage you to click here so that you can see other videos similar to this. And if you want to become a subscriber, click up here, and then make sure that you click that bell to be notified when I upload another video. And as always, I wish you and your family a blessed day. Thank you.